Hello and welcome back to BEBB and welcome to another Let's Get Deeper episode. What would you do if you were somebody that migrated to a different country but you had no status for 25 years?
Actually got on a plane one time. They were not having it.
Oh my goodness.
Actually got on the plane.
Okay.
And then they were just like, by the grace of God, they were just like, oh, there's no space, you have to go back. So,
wait, as in there was no space on the plane?
It shows that, it indicates that she had indefinite leave.
Okay.
But it was just falling off the back. They couldn't say nothing. They're just like, oh, we don't know, that was part of the lost data or something like that. And DVLA, all these proof, the little proof that I had, they would just send it straight back to me.
Oh
Sorry, this is not good enough. I think I done it 3 times. On the 4th one, I just cried. Sorry, I'm getting a bit teary.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Do we have...
BEBB presents Let's Get Deeper with your host, Nissy T.
Hello and welcome back to BEBB and welcome to another Let's Get Deeper episode. Now, we've spoken about immigration and migration before on this show, but I don't think we've spoken about it to this degree. What would you do if you were somebody that migrated to a different country, but you had no status for 25 years? Well, the woman that we have on the sofa today is an incredible woman. She is someone I consider my sister as well, my big sister. She's also an author, but she is a woman that went through this exact situation. The incredible, the wonderful, amazing queen, Sheeda Queen. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for that incredible intro.
Listen, I always have to give my people really good introductions because I believe that here we have like the best guests ever.
Yes.
You being one of them. You're amazing. Can we, okay, first, because we don't normally do this, because this show is about obviously your story, but we need to go through the fact that why is it every day you always do, you trying to show me out?
No, Nissy, we're Congolese, you should know. You should know.
Okay, this is true, but you look amazing.
Thank you.
You always have the most popping jewelry, everything. And she's wearing Balenciagas. I just have to say that.
Supposed to be on a budget.
Listen, but you're Congolese, as you said before as well. You're Congolese, but anyway. So, crazy story already. 25 years. Okay, so you need to first of all tell us how everything even started, how you migrated into the UK, where your journey started, and then we can, delve into a little bit more into how this was even possible. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay, so as Nissy said, my name is Sheeda Queen.
Yes.
So I'm an author and just all-round creative, really.
Yeah.
I came to the UK at the age of 5 years old. So I came with my sister and my brother to meet, to come join my dad, really. As you know, you just come, start a new life. Everybody comes here to study, to just make a better life for themselves.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we've done. A few years in, my dad was in and out of prison.
Right, okay.
So that was just like, we'll probably go in for like a year, a couple months, and then that's it.
Right.
Fast forward when I was 11 years old, just about to start secondary school, he goes in, and this time he goes in for a longer time, which is 5 years.
Oh my goodness. So how long was he going in for before?
It was just like a year,
okay,
a couple months.
Right.
So this time we actually didn't know it was that serious. A whole 5 years.
And you were gonna say, what was he going in for?
He went in for conspiracy to fraud.
Wow.
So they had no evidence, so I think they were extra peed. So they didn't have no evidence, and at the time he didn't have no status like that. So because we didn't have no status, so the majority of his sentence, they were trying to deport him.
Wow.
And we were fighting for him.
Right.
Stayed to the point where he actually got on the plane one time. They were not having it.
Oh my goodness.
He got on the plane.
Okay.
And then they were just like, by the grace of God, they were just like, oh, there's no space, you have to go back. So,
wait, as in there was no space on the plane?
Yeah, so you have to go back to yourself.
Okay.
So I said, you know what, when it's not your portion, it's not your portion. So he went back and carried on fighting for him. So for the whole 5 years, he was in there. He came out when I just finished secondary school year, at 16.
Right.
And then we continued the fight. So that's when things got harder, where we're trying to sort out the papers and everything, and they're just not having it because they're holding them charges for the fact that he was incarcerated for the conspiracy against the whole family. So my mum we all had to come out of his case, and gone to my mum's case as her dependents, even my father. So everything was under my mum's. We can no longer be under my father because that's who they were targeting.
Right.
So we went under my mother.
And what was your mother's status at the time?
At the time, she didn't have no status either. But it's like when we went under her, it was like she'd done a fresh claim.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like she'd done a fresh asylum claim. So from there, we were all under her, minus my father, because we knew that if he was under it, they would try whatever they would try.
Right, yeah. So, try and get rid of the case or something. Okay.
Exactly. So we went on under my mother. Everything was going okay, this and that. And the solicitor, they had a lot of factors goes into this. It's not just like 25 years and that's it. You're just sitting in. A lot of factors go into it. Fighting back and forth. The Home Office telling you guys to wait because they don't give you a definite time scale. They just tell you, oh, you wait, and there's no direct line to call unless you're going by your solicitor. And sometimes if you've got a weak solicitor, they can kind of fob them about as well.
Wow.
So that's exactly who we had. We had quite a weak solicitor. It was a legal aid one. They didn't really care too tough.
Yeah, and just in case people don't know, so legal aid are the ones that you get like the free. State give you, basically.
Yeah, the ones that you get for free. So you're not paying, so they don't really care like that.
Wow. Yeah.
So so the solicitor was going back and forth with them. We're trying to establish ourselves now. You know, this is my mum's case. You have nothing against her, so can we have our papers? It got to a point where we actually got our papers, funny enough. Documents came later on when I came out of my mother's case. When I left my mum's house, I got my own solicitor. So with that solicitor, she asked for all my documents from the Home Office, and under one of the documents, it actually showed that they gave us our indefinite leave. My name was on it, my late sister's name on it, all of our names was on it apart from my father. So under these documents, my solicitor chased up, was just like, you know, my client, it shows that, it indicates that she has indefinite leave. But they were just following us about. They couldn't say nothing. They're just like, oh, we don't know, that was part of the lost data or something like that. Lord behold, was battling through that. The Home Office called my mum and dad one day when they were at the solicitor's office. They encouraged them, strongly encouraged them to put my father back in the case. They're like, oh, he's charges, all of that don't matter. This is a fresh law, something like that. It don't matter, he can go back in the case. It won't affect nothing. And my mum and dad were sitting at the solicitor's office that day when the Home Office called the solicitor. They were just like, we don't think it's a good idea. We don't want him in there. And the solicitor bought into what the Home Office was saying. They were just like, oh no. They said it's okay. We can have him back in the case. They said it's okay. They said it's all right. And they were just like, all right, cool, because you're the solicitor, let's listen to you. She listened to the Home Office, put the phone down. She's like, okay, they put my dad back in the case. As soon as they put him in the case, that's it. Game over. It was back to square one.
Oh my goodness.
We're refusing you on the grounds of Mr.
Wow.
So it was like a whole trick that was done.
So do you think that it was done on purpose?
It was done on purpose.
Wow.
Because with the papers that I received, it indicated that they had given us papers. They just needed to do it more formally, send out the letters to us. On the papers, it was like, you know, when you just do it in draft. Right.
It needs to become like almost official. They
need to do it official, but everything was there. Like, please give indefinite leave to the following names. All of our names were there apart from my father. So they knew, obviously, we're going to have to give them papers. And then they decided to trick them. And then as soon as he got back on the case, that's it. It went back to square one.
So some people might be watching this and think, but why? Why would they target you specifically? Why would they be so concerned about your family? Why would they want you guys to not have your status? Why? Did that ever come to mind? Did you ever find out why?
I don't think they targeted us specifically. I think it was just a whole incompetence in the system as a whole. And we were just at the receiving end of it, as with other people that I know as well that have been through similar cases. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, your family, that's it. No. It was just that we were just in the system when it was hectic. And also when our parents, you know, these African parents, sometimes they're hard-headed.
Yeah.
You know,
sometimes they have their own way that they want to do things.
But our friend told us this. We're telling them like, rah. I will have people that will be like, no, I'll tell your parents.
If you do it this way.
This law's in place. If you lot do the application of this law, you lot will definitely get sorted. But they don't want to listen. They're like, no, but the Home Office told us to wait. We have to wait. They
listen to the official people, right?
We have to wait. No, let's not do nothing. We have to wait. So with that waiting, laws that we could have actually got papers had passed were no longer eligible for them things. So it just carried on happening like that. So with my solicitor, remember I had a solicitor in 2007. I moved up my parents' house. So I got a solicitor. With her, she was doing such an amazing job, and then her office got shut down because of the cuts to legal aid. So I no longer had a solicitor. I was back in limbo, you know, and where I wouldn't say I was at fault. Everything happens for a reason. I could have come up my parents' case time ago and would have been straight. Like I could.
Do you have to be a certain age when 18. You can? So you have to be 18.
You don't have to be 18. You can actually be. It could be under it. But at 18 legally, you're your own. Yeah,
because I was gonna ask you as well, because you know, most things anyway, 18 is like the cut point in the UK anyway. 21 obviously in the US, but here 18. So for me, you know, part of me did think like, okay, but when you were 18, did you not maybe think like, I need to do this on my own, or you know, so how did you even come about like thinking, do you know what, I'm just, I'm not going to do anything?
I was always encouraged to do it on my own. At 18, I was still in college. So I was still able to do everything that a UK national could do. I was still able to do that because of the old laws. I fell under a lot of the old laws. So
you were still able to study?
I was still able to study. I went to college. I went primary school, I went secondary school, I went to college. And after college, I wasn't able to go uni, because you can only be a UK national, for whatnot, to apply, because you need support. So I couldn't apply for no funding, therefore I couldn't go uni. So that was the lock-off point at 18. 19, I was pregnant. So I had a baby at 20.
Oh wow! So I didn't know that.
I've got 4 kids.
Oh my goodness! I knew that you had kids, but I just never. Wow.
So from when I finished college, I was already married by 18.
Wow.
So,
oh my God, are you still married?
I'm still married. I don't want to be one of them mums on, getting on the bus and then the bus going past you.
And that's not a bad thing, but I've always said the same thing. It's not necessarily a thing if you get on public transport, but I've always said that. I said I always wanted to make sure that I can put my kids in the car and we can drive. I don't want to be that mum that's on the bus, because it's a struggle. I see it too. So I get you.
I didn't end up like that. But it wasn't a struggle. I used to time the times that I can go out, like the school times, everything. So the bus is empty, you and just the old people. You got buggy space. So I ended up like that, but not for a long time. So going back to setting out for my provisional, so I started sending DVLA all these proofs, the little proof that I had, they would just send it straight back to me. Sorry, this is not good enough. I think I done it 3 times. On the 4th one, I just cried. I'm just like, when it's hitting, like crap. My friends, my other people, they can just send their birth certificate, they can just send their passport and it's done. Like, look what I have to go through. But again, sorry, I'm getting a bit teary.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. We have some tissue on the table? Can we grab some? Oh, just here. It's all right. I can only imagine like just the frustration. You just want to do everyday things. You just want to go and live your life. Don't cry, please don't cry. Please don't cry.
I'm gonna start melting.
Please don't, because your makeup looks cute.
Oh God.
So but I can only imagine.
So at this time, I think because there was a lot going on as well. I was pregnant. Remember, I had left my house. I wasn't speaking to my parents at this point because I had left.
They didn't want you to leave?
They didn't want me to leave, and I was practicing Islam.
Oh, so they're not Muslim?
My parents are not Muslim.
Oh, I thought you came from
a background.
Right. Okay.
Proper. So from 18, I was practicing a lot more. 19, pregnant. They didn't approve of it. But me, I'm a person again, I always stand on my own. If I believe something in my heart, I don't care if nobody's with me. I believe it in my heart. And that's the way I feel like I'm connecting with God. I'm just going to go with it. So, I live in my mother-in-law's house. Again, just going through everything I'm going through, applying for the provisional. It's not going through. 4th time, I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm not going to give in. I literally got line paper. I wrote a handwritten letter to DVLA.
Wow. I
told them the situation, and I just sent everything. I prayed on it, and I just sent everything. And it came out, my provisional came. They just sent it to me.
Wow.
And I was just like, look at God. So when I got that, so you can imagine the belly's growing.
Right.
I started doing lessons straight away. Doing lessons. Remember, I was determined I'm not going to get on the bus with this baby. So I started doing lessons straight away. And mind you, remember, I'm not entitled to no benefits, nothing. So I'm getting support solely from my husband.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been supporting me.
So from the time you are 18, 19, you get married, you move in with your husband and his mum. Yeah. You can't work, I'm assuming. You can't work.
Claim no benefit, nothing. I even just managed to get maternity grant off of him because of him. So I can't get nothing.
How was that as a woman? And because I know you, I know the type of woman that you've already said, you are a fighter. You literally, when you want something, you hustle your way for it and you go for it. So how was it for you as a woman, knowing that you had to do everything through your husband and that you couldn't in that way, in a financial, economical way, stand on your own 2 feet?
It was hard. It was really hard because, again, even when I was at my parents' house, like my mum and dad would give me money and everything, I will always make a way. I'll do people's hair. I'm a hustler. I always make way. I always know how to make money. So being solely dependent on my husband, and I thank God he's not that sort of person. Like, oh my gosh, some people can be manipulative in this situation. Yeah. Like, you depend on me, so it goes on my terms when you get the money, this and that. No, he was totally free. Like, okay, how much do you need? What do you need it for? This and that. But mind you, I spend a lot. Like, I'm a typical Congolese when it comes to so I go a bit overboard. So he's just like, no.
We can't have none of that. Like, that's good as well when you have someone that can roll you back in. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So, financially, he was who was supporting me. He was giving me money. Only right so as well. He never saw it as no burden or any way. He saw it as, this is my woman, I love her, she's going through this, what's mine is hers. Wow. So
yes,
my driving everything financially that I had to do, it was coming through him.
Wow.
So I was doing my lessons, everything. I had to stop my lessons or gave birth. As I gave birth, I remember the baby being like a month old, and I was breastfeeding her and studying for my theory test.
Wow.
So I studied it a bit too much because I only got 2 wrong when I went to the test.
Okay. So you were not playing with anybody.
Trust me.
You were like, I'm gonna come and get it, and I'm not playing.
Trust me. So I did that, still living at my mother-in-law's house. Had the second child a year later.
Oh my God.
Son. At this point, it was just like, we can't live in this bedroom. We need to get a place.
All right.
So we rented privately in South London area, that's where I'm from. So we rented privately. So it was there, our little family, 2 kids, and then I think 2 years later I had another child.
So well, hey,
it's just going. I think that was just my portion. Sometimes God is just like, no, you're always going to be this way. You're going to have this family first before you start being this superwoman that you want to be. So because I believe that if I had my papers earlier, I'm just, people know how I am. I'm just hustling. I'll be working. I'll be that career woman, and kids will probably come later on. So,
or maybe even never at all. Or never. You might get so engrossed in your
So I did that. I failed twice at my driving test.
You failed twice?
I failed twice.
Don't worry, I failed 5 times.
Honestly, that's bad.
We're not even going to talk about the stress of driving because, Lord Jesus, we went through a lot, but I appreciate it so much now. Like, I'm driving sometimes, I'm like, wow, I'm driving.
You're driving.
5 times, so don't worry. Twice is good. Like, it's good.
First time I passed, when I passed, I called my late sister, and she told my parents. Everyone was celebrating like I got my papers. I'm just like, okay, guys, I've just passed my driving test. It was a big deal, and everything happens by the grace of God. Again, it happens for a reason, because with that full UK driving license, it was like my passport.
Really?
I could do so much with it.
Right.
When I go to places, have you got your passport? No, I got a UK. Is that for UK? Yes. I was able to use that. Right. Imagine I had no papers, still nothing, but I was able to use my full UK driving license. Wow. I had my NI number.
Right.
So these things I could use. again, when it came to benefit, I couldn't claim nothing, I couldn't work. So we're still going through the system, we're still battling, to a point, I think only last year. So my sister passed away in 2015.
Wow, I'm sorry.
So I was just like, I need to come up my parents' case now. Everybody's been saying it and everything.
So it was only last year that you actually said, I'm gonna...
We went to the new solicitor finally, and he was just like, the older kids are better off coming out. I've got younger brothers, they're all British.
Wow.
They've got passports, everything.
Wait, how did that happen?
They're born here. So under certain laws, they have
right.
their UK. Yeah, they're British. So it's only me, my late sister, my older brother, and my parents.
Wow.
So everyone had to 18 come out your mum's case and everything. Last year, when the solicitor said, it makes no sense, you'll be sitting here forever if you stay under this case. Let your mum and dad do their own case through the little boys, because the ones that are still under 18, they're
dependent on them.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
I see how that could work.
Through there.
Right.
You've got kids, you've got a British husband, everything, so that could be your way. I was like, okay, I felt quite bad inside, because again, I'm such a loyal character. Reason why I remained in my parents' case for this long, because I held weight in their case. You know, they would look at the case, they'd be like, oh, look at this, they've got their children, they were at college here, this and that. So with a whole lot of weight that was putting on their case, which was good. So I was thinking, oh my God, I have to depart from their case. But it had to be done, otherwise I would not even have the little piece of paper that I've got today. So we done that. He was just like, the sister was like, you need to bring me the whole 20 years of your life. It was like this. But luckily I'm a person I keep things. So I had all my GCSE certificates. I had everything. Remember, in the meantime, I'm having kids. I'm still kind of got this entrepreneur mind. So I go to, I do business, I go networking, I do business courses, the little ones that I can pay for, I do it. I've done the Princess Trust. I've done all of that. So all of this held weight in my case. I completed all my college to my level 3, double distinction, all of that. So I've done all of that. The only thing that stopped me, I couldn't go uni. But I've done all of that. I've had character statements from everybody that knows me. And I know quite a lot of professional people. So
everything came together for your
my
case.
Schooling, the birth certificates, my husband, everything came together. So I done the case. It took a whole year for them, to give you your papers. Remember when you had called me?
Yes.
To you, and
you were like, oh yeah, I got my papers. I was like, wait, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what do you mean? And then that's when the conversation kind of sparked off of like, yeah, I've been here for 25 years and I haven't had and it hit me like, how, like what?
Yeah.
So, God, I was so happy.
Yes, people are just like, I thought you were born here. Oh,
yeah.
Gosh, I will go, we ain't even got time to go into the struggles. Like I've had to go into home office, buildings where, for interviews for certain things. I've been treated like a foreigner. It don't help that I wear a headscarf and everything. So they'll come in assuming that I don't know how to speak English. Right. And they will talk to me with such disgust. And once my mouth opens, they're just like, oh. crap, we messed with the wrong one.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, can I take your name, filing a complaint.
There we go.
And they're just like,
because that's the system is built in a particular way whereby they'll look at you and like you said, you wear hijab, you're a Muslim woman, you're a black woman, they look at you and already are like,
I'm in the home office building as well, so they're thinking you're a newcomer, otherwise you would not be here. So even one of the women that I was speaking to in there, when I was getting all the names to do a complaint, she was trying to calm me down, and she's just like, what are you doing in here? I was like, it's a long story. She's like, you don't even deserve to be here. I'm like, I get it all the time, but that's how you lot's system is working. Like, I'm not a part of it, I just work in it. I understand it's not against you, but this is how the system works. And then I had another woman in the same home office building. She was being quite prejudiced, and she could hardly speak English. She could hardly speak English,
she was being prejudiced towards you. Wow.
And everything. I said, I need every record from you.
Yeah.
That works here for me.
So what would you say then, if you could get into the system and change things, what would you say needs to be changed in the system for people like you or people that are on the same path as you? Because 25 years is a hell of a long time.
No, you don't even know the half of it. 25 years after the papers came, I really should have been entitled to indefinite leave, which is like forever. They slapped me with a 2.5. So
even till now?
Yes. So after the 2.5 is finished, so basically what they've done, you have to go through the 10-year route. They said that's part of the law now. Laws have changed. So even though you have been here for 25 years, you still have to go through the 10-year route. So after 2.5, I have to renew it. And
so what have they, okay, so just to break it down, because, even I don't even understand this. So what is your status now? What does it mean now?
I have got leave to remain, 2.5 years leave to remain.
So what does that mean?
That means that after the 2.5 years is up, I have to renew it, and they'll give me another 2.5 or 5 years, depending on how they feel or how my case is looking. If they give me another 2.5 or 5, basically I have to build up the years till 10.
So you have to keep doing that
until I've been here, until it's 10 years. So after 10 years, then I can apply for indefinite leave, which is you can live.
You're a British citizen.
Yeah, you can apply for your red book, everything.
So you're telling me that at this point right now, anyone could come and knock on your door and be like, you need to go back?
Not necessarily, no.
Not necessarily.
No,
Okay. So they can't do that.
To work, I have status now.
Okay, but it just means that you have to keep reapplying for it, and so
it's run out.
And so what happens if they say no?
Which is not a likely chance.
Which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Let me just say that right now.
No, then that's when all guns come blazing. Then I'm taking all of you lot to the High Court.
There we go. 100%.
Yeah, so that's...
Because to me that...
Even now, when I'm speaking to a few solicitors, they're just like, it don't even make sense for you to have 2.5 years. Like, what it is, they just looked at it and they just kind of like how they felt like it.
Yeah. It could literally be like someone that just woke up on the wrong side of the bed that morning and they've got your life in their hand, and they were just like, nah, not today.
Yeah, we'll just give you 2.5 despite all the evidence that I've presented to you.
Wow.
I've done so much more than people that are born here. Everything I've done, even done things in my community. So I presented all this to you, but I'm still not worthy of getting that indefinite leave to remain.
And is that how it makes you feel, like I'm not worthy?
Oh no. No. Maybe just on paper, it makes me feel like that because I've presented to you lot everything that could qualify me to be worthy. But in reality, no, I know my worth.
I love that. And talking of knowing your worth, because I know obviously we've gone so much into, just this whole crazy situation. And do you know what? You reminded me a lot of someone that was online. I don't know if you're on Twitter much like that. But I know you're on Instagram anyway. I don't know if you saw the hashtag VisaBay that came out, right? So the girl that was, and she was on Channel 5 as well, and she went through a similar-ish situation, except from her, she was trying to raise money to pay for going to the Home Office to get her indefinite leave. So in terms of the financial side, how much of a burden would you say that was? We were going to swing on something else, but I'm coming back for just a second. How much of a financial burden do you feel like that was on you? Because she said something like £2,000 you have to pay each time you apply. And so you're now saying that you've applied. You were applying for years, right?
No, before when we were doing different application, it wasn't paying ones.
Okay.
It was an application that was brought to our family that you can do, legacy cases, all of that, because of the time that we've been in the UK. So these are different ones that people don't always necessarily know of, but you can do because of the position that we were in. But because they weren't paying one, it wasn't really taken seriously. It could just be put in the background, But when you do a paying one, they kind of take you more serious, because if you can actually take them to court as well, you have more leverage. But in terms of, even with the one that I done, which I had to pay, it was like 2,000. It wasn't so much a strain again because I've got so much support. So my mum and dad, they rounded up, some money. My husband actually just bought me a car and we sold it. We sold that. That went towards my papers, which was more important. And it was literally my husband and my mum and dad. So they put the money in and he was able to send it off. But I don't know the VisaBay situation too tough. But what I have seen, she was entitled to work. She was entitled to work, so she had time to save up money. I wasn't. That's what a lot of people were. I wasn't even entitled to work. I know people in my situations right now, they shot. because they're not entitled to work.
And just in case people don't know what shotting is, essentially selling drugs.
It's selling
okay, because on here we keep it 100% all the way real.
Yeah.
But just in case people don't know, basically selling drugs in order for them to make the money.
To make the money to get their papers. So she was entitled to work, where I found quite heartbreaking and insulting for the people that actually are not even entitled to work.
Wow.
To make that money. She was entitled to work.
Right. So. Yeah, because a lot of people had their own different opinions on it, and maybe, who knows, maybe we can get her on the show so that she can talk about her story to clarify, because she got like a tiny segment on channel, Channel 5 News, and they show what they want to show. So maybe we can get her to clarify. But I think it's important that we do have these discussions, because one thing I noticed, because she made a video, and I did, as I do, go with my head to go and look, underneath were loads of comments about, but I have gone through this and this is what I went through. So I think it's really, really important to talk about that. But anyway, quickly, before we go, because we literally have a minute left of our time, your book, Chestnut, give us like a quick summary. Go.
Oh my gosh, Chestnut is it plays as a fiction biography, a story of a girl that gets smuggled into England, and she ends up in South London. She is the daughter of a freedom fighter, but she don't know where she comes from, and you just hear her story and how she finds herself and who she really is towards the end. And thank you, Nissy, because this has been a big advocate.
Listen, I have this book, I've read it, it's an amazing book. Please understand, you need to go out and grab it and get it. Listen, I appreciate and I adore you.
Need to do a part 2,
we need to do a part 2 just for Chestnut on its own, right? Because this whole, I've read it, I've completed the whole entire book. It's an amazing book. Please go out and get it. But thank you for sharing your story. It is crazy that so many people are going through these situations, but we just don't know. But I'm glad that you're bringing it to light and you're really empowering people. And I'm going to grab some information from you as well, so that we can pass it on to people that need help or whatever it is. But thank you so very much. She's amazing. She's incredible. Thank you so much once again for watching. I know we didn't have much time to talk about the book, but I promise all information will be in the description box below. And again, if you're going through anything like this, whether you're fighting with immigration, you're fighting with your status, etc., we'll try and include as much information in the description box below so that you can get the help that you need. But thank you so much once again for watching, and I'll see you again next time.
Bye.
BEBB presents Let's Get Deeper with your host, Nissy T.